Hebrews, Hebrews, Hebrews. This is Prophets of Awakening. It's our Sunday Advanced Bible Study night, the 29th of June, 2025. We'll be reading out the book of Joshua, chapters 8, 9, and 90. We're going to break those down. You go to our YouTube channel, The Prophets of Awakening. Check out our videos. We have over 1,000 or so videos that you can look at, examine, get the meat out. These videos will lead you to the truth of the Holy Scriptures. If you like what you're hearing and receiving, I'm asking you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. This is a non-Messianic channel for those that don't know. We deal with the Tanakh and the Torah. Tanakh being the Old Testament, so-called Book of Remembrance, and the Torah is the first 5 books of the Old Testament that were given to Moses by our Savior and our Redeemer, the Lord of Hosts. Okay, so this channel was created to aid and assist all Hebrews who are waking up to their true identity in these last days. Shalom and welcome to the channel. Shalom and welcome to this channel, and welcome to our Sunday Advanced Bible Study. We're going to do our normal, which is a moment of silence, prayer, psalms, current events. We have some need to know information. And we open it up for anybody with any questions, comments, any dialogue. And then we have our topic for discussion is the plea to get out of America, right? Before it's too late. We're going to listen to that and then we'll rightly divide and break it down. Then we'll pick then we'll be reading out of the book of Joshua. We'll pick a scripture and break it down and we'll close out. Okay. This moment of silence is for the Lord of Hosts, and all that He's doing to bring about our prophesied deliverance in these last days. Oh Lord, we come before Thee at this time. We are thankful for the knowledge and understanding that You have given us up to this point. And we seek Thy face, that You shower us with peace and enlightenment and a sense of togetherness. Oh Lord, we see Thy hand in the affairs of the world. And we know and understand that what You have spoken in the past will surely come to pass. Turn not Thy face from us, but hearken unto this plea. Hearken, O Lord, and do. All praises unto You. Okay. I'm going to read the Psalms. Okay. Okay, I'll read Psalm 77. It says, who is so great a God as our God? Okay. It's a song of Asaph. I cried unto God with my voice, even unto God with my voice, and He gave ear unto me. In the day of my troubles, I sought the Lord. My soul ran in the night and ceased not, and my soul refused to be comforted. So I remembered God. I was troubled. I complained, and my spirit was overwhelmed. Selah, Thou holdest mine eyes waking. I am so troubled that I cannot speak. I have considered the days of old, the years of ancient times. I call to the remembrance my song in the night. I commune with my own heart, and my spirit made diligent search. While the Lord cast off forever, and will He be favorable no more? Is His mercy clean gone forever? Doeth His promise fail forevermore? Have God forgotten to be gracious? Have He in His anger shut up His tender mercy? Selah, and I said, this is my infirmity, but I will remember the years of the right hand of the Most High. I will remember the works of the Lord. Surely I will remember Thy wonders of old. I will meditate also all Thy works and talk of all Thy doings. Thy way, O God, is in the sanctuary. Who is so great that God is our God? Thou art God that doeth wonders. Thou hast declared Thy strength among the people. Thou hast, with Thine arm, redeem thy people, the sons of Jacob and Joseph. See, the waters saw thee, O God, and the waters saw thee, they were afraid. The depths also were troubled. The clouds poured out water, the skies sent out a sound, like arrows also went abroad. The voice of the thunder was in the heavens, lightning lightened the world, and the earth trembled and shook. Thy way is in the sea, and thy path is in great waters, and thy footsteps are not known. Thou leadest the people like a flock by the hand of Moses and Aaron. So that was Psalm 77. And the title of this psalm is Who is so great a God as our God? Okay, it's a psalm of Asaph. I want to shine a light on something right quick. Notice how it says, it says in verse 8, is his mercy clean gone from forever? Because his promises fail forevermore. Have God forgotten to be gracious? Have he in his anger shut up his tender mercy, Selah? And I said, this is my infirmity, that I will remember the years of the right hand of the Most High. So my point was this, just like David, the Lord of hosts told David to sit on his right hand. Like David is on the right hand of the Father, or the right hand of Michael, and right here Michael is on the right hand of the Most High. Verse 10, I said, this is my infirmity, but I will remember the years of the right hand of the Most High. So right hand of the Most High is Michael. 11, I will remember the works of the Lord. See how they go? I said, this is my infirmity, but I will remember the years of the right hand of the Lord, the right hand of the Most High. 11, I will remember the works of the Lord. That's who on the right hand of the Most High. Surely I will remember the wonders of old. Okay. Any comments or questions on that? Okay. Like I said, I have some current events. I'm gonna play them, and then we'll listen to it, and we'll break it down, get some comments, feedback. Okay.
On tour after weeks of sadness.
China didn't just roll out a digital currency. It unleashed a $1.2 trillion financial framework that could rewrite how money moves across borders. Quietly, systematically, and while much of the world's still tangled in swift wires, Beijing may have just cut the cord. So what exactly is this new system? China just activated a $1.2 trillion digital yuan payment architecture that's already settling transactions across 200 countries and regions without touching SWIFT. According to data from the People's Bank of China, the digital yuan has processed over 1.8 trillion yuan, or $250 billion in pilot settlements as of the first quarter of 2025. This isn't a volume play, it's a sovereignty play. By embedding the ECNY into trade corridors, supply chains, and cross-border central bank networks, Beijing is re-engineering the post-dollar era from the inside out. Martin Chorzemba, senior fellow at the Peterson Institute, told Bloomberg this represents the first state-run infrastructure that could compete with the swift IBAN-dominated order. In 1944, Bretton Woods crowned the dollar king. In 2025, Beijing is quietly challenging that crown, without a single gunshot, but with programmable code and bilateral swap lines. But if this is China's monetary Manhattan Project, then its next move could reveal how deep its global ambitions really run. Since 2015, Beijing has signed over 41 bilateral currency swap agreements valued at roughly $580 billion, forming a decentralized financial web that allows direct RMB bypassing dollar clearing banks. As of late 2024, 38% of China's total trade is now conducted outside of SWIFT, per the Financial Times, largely through the CIPs, or cross-border interbank payment system, which now connects over 1,400 financial institutions across 110 countries. In practical terms, that means energy shipments from Saudi Arabia to China can now clear in yuan within seconds, with no U.S. intermediary banks involved, eliminating foreign exchange delays. With SWIFT averaging 1 to 3 business days for cross-border settlements and costing up to $50 per transaction for SMEs, China's alternative offers speed and savings at industrial scale. China's not just building a faster rail line, they're cutting out the ticket booths, said Josh Lipsky, former IMF advisor and director at the Atlantic Council's Geoeconomic Center. The system's backbone, CIPS integrated with the digital yuan, now handles an average of $83 billion in daily transactions. That's no.
Okay, any comments on that? Seems like the dollar is on its last leg. Okay. And I want to ask the question: is Michael on the right hand of the Most High? Yes. Okay. So with that being said, let me go to the next one. Get it. Yeah.
Iran has completely destroyed and leveled the Israeli Badiam area with a missile attack. It was reported that it succeeded in forcing around 2,000 Tel Aviv residents to evacuate. Citing Al Mayadin on June 28, this was reported by the main source of the mayor of Batim, Swig Brad, in his interview on Con 11. He described the Iranian attack as a disaster and stated that in one day Batum suffered the hardest blow he had ever seen. Claimed that a residential area of 126 or around 120,000 cubic meters was completely destroyed by the Iranian bombing.
So this is
Berchan Ebede on Friday, June 20th. According to him, more than 480 Iranian drones were detected near Israeli territory in one day.
So they said that thousands of Israelis is fleeing Tel Aviv, and as a matter of fact, they're fleeing Israel. To these rocket attacks from Iran is just getting worse and worse, and people are fleeing out of there like they are fleeing out like flies. So like I said before, that's not supposed to be happening as far as prophecy. Okay. Any comments on that? Okay, here we go. Yeah, I'll open it up for some Q&A. Wait, 1 minute, my bad. tripping. Okay, here we go. Some need to know information.
So Canada's new immigration minister, Lena Diab, is on the hot seat and is questioned about the 500,000 illegal migrants in Canada who were ordered deported since December and seem to have vanished into the thin air. And she can't answer the question to say how many have been removed, where are they at? Take a look.
Is that there's 500,000 people, roughly 500,000 people as of December who need to be removed from the country. How many have been removed?
Minister.
Again, Mr. Chair, I say to you,
These people of color. Okay.
numbers are taken way out of context.
Member.
I would ask her to say that to somebody who can't find housing in Toronto right now. There are 500,000 people at least in Canada who have no legal reason to be here. How many have been removed since this report came out in December?
Minister.
So, Mr. Chair, we recognize there are challenges in our housing and infrastructure. That is why we have tabled the levels plan that works on sustainable immigration. We are reducing our permanent residency number.
Let's talk about challenges. Our ERs are overflowing. People can't find homes or jobs. And the levels report has immigration going up. How many people have been removed of the 500,000 that are on deportation orders that were announced in December?
Minister.
Mr. Chair, to be clear, when people
Her services agency, and she's putting it all on them. Now, I will say, the CBSA did lose track of 30,000 of the illegal migrants, so they do play a role, but the majority and the bigger problem lies with the Liberal government, who just allowed an onslaught of immigrants to come into this country, and their vetting process was mediocre at best. And so now we're in this situation, and she can't answer the question because the short answer is, I don't know. They don't know, and they don't know how to stop the bleeding. But what they're doing is still letting more in. Another over 834,000 have been granted. So with our already fractured health system, fractured homeless situation, we've got encampments all over the province. We have people can't find jobs. We have all of these crises going on. And then we have all of these illegal migrants roaming around, and they just want to continue that talking point.
So there's 500,000 immigrants they're MIA, they're missing in action. They don't know where they at. Okay, and like I said before, Canada again. All of a sudden, Canada's in the news. There's something, right? So with that being said, we'll open it up for the Q&A. Anybody have any questions, comments, or anything they came across? Anything they heard on the line they want some clarity? Okay. Okay, everybody good on that? Play this right here, then we'll go into our topic for discussion.
you
Need to know information. Okay. We was talking about Mossad last week. A couple days ago. Check this out.
Iran officially decided not to play at the ceasefire table, but immediately sent a message that was more convincing than 1,000 cluster bomb diplomacy. As a result, the head of Mossad intelligence was reportedly killed in a loud explosion on the northern border. Meanwhile, the Israeli prime minister only suffered minor injuries and national level trauma. The incident occurred when a high-level Israeli security delegation was conducting a surprise inspection of a command post that had recently become the target of a drone attack.
So all of a sudden, this Mossad commander come up big. Iranians targeted him and killed him the same way that they did the Iranian leaders, what, 3 or 4 days ago? Okay. So with that being said, like I said, my topic for discussion is getting out of America. See, we're gonna listen to this and then get some feedback. Okay.
What's going on, man? It's your big brother Trend tuning in again to another video. And I just been sitting here just thinking, man, like, I just been thinking, y'all. I don't know if you follow your gut instincts or whatever this feeling is called is in us that tells us to do stuff because something's about to happen. That's what I've been hearing lately, you know, from my gut, man. I'm just like, yo, whoever hear this message, man, just listen to me, okay? Because I really feel this, you know, and I know I can't be the only one to feel like this. I can't be the only one to feel like this, man. But if you live in the United States of America, your best bet right now, if you want to live a better life.
Okay.
Listen, paying $14.99.
There's something.
If you want to escape all of this craziness that's going on right now in the world, because it's crazy out here, folks. It's I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how normalized you think it is. This is not normal. Our society is no longer normal, folks. We're not going back to no normality, okay? From the way it looks, it's getting worse and worse. And it's not you. It's just other people. It's just the economy, everything, folks. It's tanking. It's tanking. Okay, I'm going to tell you some real stuff. Listen, bro. Get out of the United States of America before it's too late, y'all. I feel it in my soul. I feel it in my gut. Like, even I'm over here, like, I'm selling all my stuff. I'm selling stuff by the day, all of this stuff. I'm just selling. I just came from a car dealership trying to sell my car. They didn't have a good offer, so I just left out. I'm going to go back to another one tomorrow, trying to give it away to another dealership. I'm getting rid of everything, man, because I know something is cooking and brewing up right now, bro. And it's really, I told y'all, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I told y'all something coming. Now look what we have going on in the Middle East, y'all. Believe it or not, folks, we going to war again. We going to war. You know why I say we going to war? Folks, we don't have no choice but to go. Listen, I'm going to keep it real with you. When times is hard, right? And you ain't got nothing to lose, but everything to gain, right? What do you do when you have nothing to lose if you was like out in the streets and you was about to get evicted, you was about to lose your family? What would you do in dire situations like that where you don't have nothing to lose? If you do not get what you need, then you will lose everything. What would you do? Most people, what they will do is very common. It's like an easy answer. It's common sense. They will go take it. They will take it. If you ain't got nothing in the tank left and you out in the hot sun, right? Scorching, 100 degrees. And you in a situation where you got to get home to your kids who crying because they need you there. You would steal another person's car for your kids. You will do it. Some of y'all say, I won't do that shit. I won't do it. Yeah, you would. If your situation got rough, Bro, you'll be surprised at some of the stuff you do if you got in a situation where you couldn't even handle it, where it got too rough for you. Trust, I done been there before. I done did some crazy stuff. I done did some crazy things I didn't think I was gonna do, but when it got crunch time, I had to do it. I had to do it, bro. We all have been there. America about to go to war. You know why? Because America is on her last string. She's gonna go to war. This is what you do when you can't afford, when you can't help out your own people no more. You gonna mess it up so bad. You gonna take somebody else's shit. And that's what they're about to do. And I'm gonna tell you, when they do this now, they trying to cover it up, trying to make it look all sweet. I'm telling y'all, they do this every time. This come and go. This ain't nothing new under the sun. The same stuff they be doing, they've been doing for years and decades. It's the same stuff. We just like how we went the first time. We're going this time. But this time it's gonna be different because it's gonna set off a string of wars. It's gonna set off a whole list of different wars. The question is, where you gonna be at when it happens? Because I'm gonna tell you one thing that's gonna happen here in America. If you ask me, it's just my prediction. Everything gonna get shut back down. Yeah. Everything gonna get shut right back down. You ain't gonna be able to fly because they ain't gonna trust nobody coming in through the airspace. All right. You ain't gonna be able to go shop nowhere, nothing like that, because they don't know who is the enemy. You know what I mean? Everything gonna be shut down because you might have a threat here on our own soil. Okay, while this is going on, everything gonna be locked down. When we hit this, when we go to this one right here, the first one, Iraq, that was a bypass. That was a bypass. We got away with it. This one right here ain't playing. Iran is not playing. They on some other shit. I can feel it. They got some shit. They got some of that taekwondo. I don't know what the hell they got. They got it though. I'm telling you, we messing with the wrong one. I feel something about that country, man. I feel something real deep about that country, man. It's gonna be the wrong decision, man. I really feel like it's gonna be the wrong decision to go to war with these folks, man. I really do. And I'm telling you, you got to get, if you got the opportunity, if you can get a passport, if you got a passport, if you single, even if you got kids, if you got a family. I seen this one family this morning, they moved to Thailand. I forgot who the name of their family, but I seen it. This woman moved her whole family, her husband, and her kids, all four of them. They moved to Thailand on a whim. Even they saw this stuff all messed up. If you got a chance, bro, get your kids or yourself, get the hell out of this country, bro. It's done, bro. It's done. Ain't nothing to say. Get on an airplane ain't even safe no more, bro. What you talking about? He can't even get on an airplane, bro. Can't get on an airplane, bro. Telling you, bro. The whole world is going through it. The whole world. But the question I'm asking you is, why would you want to be in a place that has the most, what's the word for it? Why would you in a place that owes everybody the most because they took everything from everybody? I wouldn't. That's all. It's like this country like a big bully that been bullying everybody in the school all this long time, for this long time. He's bullying everybody, And then one day, they see the bully getting weak. Everybody that got punked by the bully, everybody that's scared of the bully, right? You know what I mean? They see the bully get weak. You know what I mean? They see the bully don't even feel like he got the confidence to beat up people no more. You know what I mean? They see the bully, they finally see the truth in the bully. Oh, the bully ain't so bad. I thought he just be making it like he really tough like that. He got a real problem. He lost his mama and his daddy. Oh, that's why he be bullying people, because he hurt on the inside. Like the lady said, who hurt you? Who hurt him? Who hurted you? Ladies, you know, the ladies be saying that, who hurt you? Oh, I can't stand that. That's how people feel when they see the bully. Who hurt you? Because they know he hurt. That's why he emotional like that. That's why he sad like that. But they caught him slipping one day. They say, you know what, this is time to go, bro, this is the perfect time to go beat Jeff ass. Why you say that? Because he been bluffing the whole time, bro. He weak. Let's go beat him. Bro, let's get payback, bro. He been bullying us for all these years. He been traumatizing us this whole time, bro. Let's go get him.
Okay, any comments on that? Any feedback? Anybody feeling that? Okay, everybody good on that?
Shalom, everyone. Yeah, but where to go exactly? And he's saying that the couple, the family picked up and left. That's having year planning or something that you would have to have the destination to go to. Just going to Thailand and not knowing anybody or anything. Again, most people don't even move from state to state without having some idea about that state that they're moving into on a whim. So, and then when he's saying about, I'm not downing this, but I'm just looking at a, a, a broader view of it, that even though he's mentioning about can't get on planes now without this or get on the ship to go those places, there's going to be a lot of ones planning to do so, because jumping up on a whim to do those things can get you stuck at an airport. Uh, and if a lot go at one time, that gives the ICE to act as if they don't think that you are an American, and they can detain you for a long time, even though you have your credentials with you. So it's a step back, and I know he's just saying it, something to think about. It's my
Right, right,
look on it.
right. So when you look at that, what I gathered from that is that based on all the information that's been put out there over, especially the last 10 years, maybe 5 years or so, everybody by now they should have some kind of destination in their mind where they want to go to. I think that's what he's talking about. Based on all the stuff that happened in the past few years, people should have some, several destinations that they in their head that where they want to go. And so, and being where everything is at today, should be moving toward in that direction. That's what I'm gathering from that, from what he's saying, because everything that he got destinations in his head from what he's been watching. Okay, so what's up, Wesley? I see you down there. Okay. So with that being said, you got some feedback.
Shalom, shalom.
Okay.
Okay, I've got some ideas on where we're going.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
No. I
Yeah.
mean, I listened and I'm following you guys very closely. There's a
Okay.
lot going on. A lot's happening. Uh, we're talking billions and trillions of dollars getting transferred soon to places where nobody would expect. So
Exactly.
you guys stay tuned. More's coming. It's coming
Right.
fast.
Right. Is that accurate with what they saying about the one Africa government? Is that legitimate?
Yeah, I mean, things are moving that way. Things are moving that
Okay.
way, so that all the colonizers are getting expelled, and folks are taking control back of their countries and minerals and everything else. The fortunate thing is there's an open door in certain of those locations that are available for us, and you'd be surprised some of the high level executives, international bankers, and the like and that's also in tune to this this migration. So maybe we can chat a little bit offline.
Right, exactly. Okay. Yeah, we can do that. Okay. Yeah, exactly.
Shalom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I just got this in my head, came up. What about these Americans, not just us melanated people? Others are wanting to leave United States. Ones who doesn't trust the government anymore or see the big downfall coming. They're also wanting to leave, and I guess most of them would probably go to Europe, the non-melanated ones. So that would be another thing that would hike up um, the the amount that you would have to pay to get on that plane or to get your passports and get things that you haven't got together before. There should, I'm looking at if this happens within the couple before this year is ended, more people want to move and go abroad. Would you think that they would hike up the price of tickets and do a lot of scrutiny of, because they want them to stay here to continue to work and continue to do the things that they have us doing, keeping the economy going. So do you think that they would change the prices on these things or hike up things or having regulations where you can and cannot go or when you can and cannot go? That's just a
Well,
question.
yeah, right. I answer both of these questions at the same time with James saying too about people over here that's on Prophets Awakening. Uh, um, we know that Yahweh, I mean the Lord of Hosts is gonna gather us. We just waiting. We waiting and looking for the signs. But it's been prophesied that it's a prophecy that all nations, because America ain't nothing but a nation of immigrants. These people came from somewhere. The thing about it is, everybody else knew where they came from except us. Until recently, we found out who we were. But he's gonna gather us. But the reason that I played the video earlier was that the brother was just saying that his gut feeling, the things that's going on with him, it's time to go. These are people that's void of understanding of what the Creator said, and void of understanding of what the Tanakh revealed to us. But yeah, well, we know that y'all got perfect timing when we gather. It's prophecy that we're gonna get regathered, and that's what I'm waiting on. We waiting on is waiting on his hand. So yeah, okay. Anybody else? So with that being said, nobody have anything else. I'm gonna read out of Joshua, and then we'll read it. Then we'll break it down after I finish reading. I'm reading chapters 89 and 8 and 90. Okay. So with that being said, you get it. Okay. Let me see. I don't think it's. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I'm in chapter 89. Okay. It says, Then spoke Joshua this song on the day that the Lord had given the Amorites into the hands of Joshua and the children of Israel. And he said in the sight of all, Thou hast done mighty things, O Lord. Thou hast performed great deeds. Who is likened unto thee? My lips shall sing to thee, to thy name. My goodness and my fortress, my high tower. I will sing a new song unto thee with thanksgiving, and I will sing to thee. Thou art the strength of my salvation. All the kings of the earth shall praise thee. The princes of the world shall sing to thee. The children of Israel shall rejoice in thy salvation. They, they shall sing and praise thy power. To thee, O Lord, did we confide. We said, Thou art our God, for thou was our shelter and strong tower against our enemies. To thee we cried and were not ashamed. In thee we trusted and were delivered. When we cried unto thee, thou didst hear our voice. Thou didst deliver our souls from sword, and thou didst show unto us thy grace. Thou didst give unto us thy salvation. Thou didst rejoice our hearts with thy strength. Thou didst go forth for our salvation with thine arm. Thou didst redeem thy people. Thou didst answer us from the heavens of thy holiness. Thou didst save us from 10,000s of people. The sun and the moon stood still in heaven, and thou didst stand in thy wrath against our oppressors, and didst command thy judgment over them. All the princes of the earth stood up. The kings of the nations had gathered themselves together. They were not moved at thy presence. They desired thy battles. Desired thy battles. Thou didst rise against them in thine anger, and didst bring down thy wrath upon them. Thou didst destroy them in thine anger, and cut them off in thy heart. Nations have been consumed with thy fury. Kingdoms have declined because of thy wrath. Thou didst wound kings in the day of thy anger. Thou didst pour out thy fury upon them. Thy wrathful anger took hold of them. Thou didst turn their iniquity upon them, and didst cut them off in their wickedness. They did spread a trap. They fell therein. In the net they hid. Their foot was caught. Thine hand was ready for all thy enemies who say, through their sword they possess the land. Through their arm they dwell in the cities. Thou didst fill their faces with shame. Thou didst bring their horn down to the ground. Thou didst terrify them in thy wrath, and didst destroy them in thine anger. So we talking about the Canaanites. Remember when Deuteronomy chapter 2, when the Israelites went through the land, and they showed you all the kings, all the different kings in the earth. That was they showed you all the kings that was in all the giants. That's what the kings are, these giants over these nations. So what Joshua is praising the Lord about is these Canaanites, all the kings, right? Then it says, the earth trembled and shook, and the sound of thy storm over them. Thou didst not withhold their souls from death, and didst bring down their lives to the grave. Thou didst pursue them in thy storm. Thou didst consume them in thy whirlwind. Thou didst turn their rain into hail. They fell in deep pits so that they could not rise. Their carcasses were like rubbish cast out in the middle of the streets. They were consumed and destroyed in thine anger. Thou didst save thy people with thy might. Therefore our hearts rejoice in thee. Our souls exalt in thy salvation. Our tongues shall relate in thy might. We will sing and praise thy wondrous works. For thou didst save us from our enemies. Thou didst deliver us from those who rose up against us. Thou didst destroy them from before us and depress them beneath our feet. Say, thus shall all thy enemies perish, O Lord, and the wicked shall be like chaff driven by the wind, and thy beloved shall be like trees planted by the waters. For Joshua and all Israel with him returned to the camp of Gilgal after having smitten all the kings, so that not a remnant was left of them. And the 5 kings fled along on foot from battle and hid themselves in a cave. And Joshua sought for them in the field of battle and did not find them. And it was afterwards told Joshua, saying, the kings are found, and behold, they are hidden in a cave. And Joshua said, appoint men to be at the mouth of the cave to guard them, lest they take themselves away. And the children of Israel did so. Joshua called to all Israel and said to the officers of battle, place your feet upon the necks of these kings. And Joshua said, so shall the Lord do to all your enemies. And Joshua commanded afterwards that they should slay the kings and cast them into the cave, and put a great stone at the mouth of the cave. And Joshua went afterwards with all the people that were with him on that day to Meladah, and he smote it with the edge of a sword, and he utterly destroyed the souls, and all belonging to the city. And he did to the kings and the people thereof as he had done to Jericho. And he passed from there to Libnah, and he fought against it, and the Lord delivered it into his hands. And Joshua smote it with the edge of the sword, and all the souls thereof, and he did to it and to the king thereof as he had done to Jericho. And from there he passed over Languish to fight against it. And Horam, king of Gaza, went up to assist the men of Languish, and Joshua smote him and his people until there was none left of them. And Joshua took Languish and all the people thereof, and he did to it as he had done to Libnah. And Joshua passed from there to Eglon, and he took that also, and he smote it, and all the people thereof with the edge of a sword. And from there he passed to Hebron, and he fought against it, and took it, and utterly destroyed it. And he returned from there with all Israel to Jericho, and fought against it, and smote it to the edge of a sword. Okay? Says that he destroyed every soul in it, and he left none remaining. And he did to it, and the king thereof as he had done to Jericho. And Joshua smote all the kings of the Amorites. Okay, like I said, this is fulfilling Genesis 15. Okay, and Joshua smote all the kings of the Amorites from Kadesh Barnea and Azar, and he took their country at once, for the Lord had fought for Israel. And Joshua with all Israel came to the camp of Gilgal. And when at that time Jabin, king of Khazar, heard of all that Joshua had done to the kings of the Amorites, and Jabin sent to Jobat, king of Midian, and to Laban, king of Shamron, and Jabta, king of Akhlaf, and all the kings of the Amorites, saying, come quickly to us and help us, that we may smite the children of Israel, because they come upon us and do unto us as they have done to the other kings of the Amorites. And all these kings hearkened to the words of Jabin, king of Chazar, and they okay, let me get this Chazar, and they went forth with their camps, 17 kings, and their people were as numerous as the sands of the seashore, together with horses and chariots innumerable. And they came and they pitched together at the waters of Meron, and they were met together. They were met together to fight against Israel. And the Lord said unto Joshua, Fear thee not, for tomorrow about this time I will deliver them up, all slain before you. Thou shalt bow their horses, and burn their chariots with fire. And Joshua with all the men of war came suddenly upon them and smote them, and they fell into their hands, for the Lord had delivered them into the hands of the children of Israel. For the children of Israel pursued all the kings with their camps, and smote them until there was none left of them. And Joshua did to them as the Lord had spoken to him. And Joshua returned at that time, okay, to Chazar, and smote it with the sword, and destroyed every soul in it, and burned it with fire. And Chazar and Joshua passed to Sharon, and smote it, and utterly destroyed it. And from there he passed Axlaph, and he did as he had done to Sharon. And from there he passed to Adullam, and he smote all the people in it, and he did to Adullam as he had done to Aklaph and Sharon. And he passed from them to all the cities of the kings which he had smitten, and he smote all the people that were left of them, and he utterly destroyed them. Okay, only their booty and cattle the Israelites took to themselves as a prey. But every human being they smote, they suffered not their soul to live. And the Lord said, as the Lord had commanded Moses, and Moses, so did Joshua and all Israel, and they fell not in anything. For Joshua and all the children of Israel smote the whole land of Canaan as the Lord had commanded them, and smote all the kings, being 31 kings. And the children of Israel took their whole country, and besides the kingdoms of Shihar and Og, which are on the other side of Jordan, of which Moses had smitten many cities, and Moses gave them to the Reubenites and to the Gadites and the half tribe of Manasseh. And Joshua smote all the kings that were on this side of the Jordan to the west, and gave them for an inheritance to the 9 tribes and to the half tribe of Israel. For 5 years did Joshua carry on the war with these kings, and he gave them their cries to the Israelites, and the land became tranquil from battle throughout all the cities of the Amorites and the Canaanites. So that was chapter 89 of Joshua. Okay, I saw something I want to talk. Anybody got any comments? Okay, I saw something I wanted to talk about. Okay, I'll keep going. I'll read one more chapter. It's chapter 90. Chapter 90 of Joshua. It says, at that time in the 5th year, after the children of Israel had passed over the Jordan, after the children of Israel had rested from their war with the Canaanites, at that time, great and severe battles arose between Edom and the children of Checham. Talked about this yesterday. This is the four beasts. Edom and Checham, the Romans came together. And the children of Checham fought against Edom. And Albanus, king of Checham, went forth in that year, that is the 31st year of his reign, and a great force with him of the mighty men of the children of Checham, and he went to Seir to fight against the children of Esau. And Hadad, the king of Edom, heard of his report, and went forth to meet him with a heavy people and strong force, and engaged in battle with him in the fields of Edom. And the hand of Checham prevailed over the children of Esau, and the children of Checham slew the children of Esau, 220,000 men, and all the children of Esau fled from before them. And the children of Checham pursued them, and they reached Hadad, king of Edom, who was running before them, and they caught him alive, brought him to Albanus, king of Checham, and Albanus ordered him to be slain. And Hadad, king of Edom, died in the 48th year of his reign. And the children of Checham continued their pursuit of Edom, and they smote them with a great slaughter, and Edom became subject to the children of Checham. So that's where the merger came in at. Okay? That's where the merger came in at, or how you get the four beasts. Okay? And Albanus placed officers in Edom, and all the children of Edom became subject and tributary to Albanus. And Albanus turned back to his own land, Checham. And when he returned, he renewed his government and built for himself a spacious and fortified place for a royal residence, and reigned securely over the children of Checham and over Edom. And in those days, after the children of Israel had driven away all the Canaanites and the Amorites, Joshua was old and advanced in years. And the Lord said to Joshua, "Thou art advanced in life, and a great part of the land remains to be possessed. Now, therefore, divide this land for inheritance to the 9 tribes and to the half tribe of Manasseh." And Joshua rose up and did as the Lord had spoken to him. And he divided the whole land to the tribes of Israel and inheritance according to its division. But to the tribe of Levi he gave no inheritance. The offerings of the Lord are their inheritance, as the Lord had spoken to them by the hands of Moses. And Joshua gave Mount Hebrew to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, one possession above his brethren, as the Lord had spoken through Moses. Therefore Hebron became an inheritance of Caleb and his children unto this day. And Joshua divided the whole land by lots to all of Israel for inheritance, as the Lord had commanded him. Okay. And the children of Israel gave cities to the Levites from their own inheritance, and suburbs of their cattle and property. And the Lord had commanded Moses, so did the children of Israel, and they divided the land by lot, whether great or small. And they went to inherit the land according to their boundaries. And the children of Israel gave Joshua, the son of Nun, an inheritance among them. By the word of the Lord did they give it to him, the city which he required, Tapnah Sirah in Mount Ephraim, and he built the city and dwelt therein. These are the inheritance which Eleazar the priest and Joshua the son of Nun and the heads and the fathers of the tribes reported out of the children of Israel by lot. And the Lord gave the land to the Israelites, and they possessed it as the Lord had spoken to them, and as the Lord had sworn to their ancestors. And the Lord gave to the Israelites rest from all their enemies round about, and no man stood up against them. And the Lord delivered all their enemies into their hands, and not one thing failed of all the good which the Lord spoke to the children of Israel. Yea, the Lord performed everything. And Joshua called to the children of Israel, and he blessed them and commanded them to serve the Lord. And he afterwards sent them away, and they went each man to his tent, and each man to his inheritance. And the children of Israel served the Lord. This is what I was the point I'm making right here. They want you the point they make, reason why JC had to come was Israel couldn't keep the law. But right here in this Jasher chapter 90, verse 27, and the children of Israel served the Lord. See that? Served the Lord all the days of Joshua, and the Lord gave them rest from all their enemies, and they dwelt securely in their cities. And it came to pass in those days that Abanus, king of Checham, died in the 38th year of his reign, that is the 7th year of the reign over Edom. And they buried him in his place which he had built for himself, and Latmus reigned in his stead 50 years. And during the reign he brought forth an army, and he went and fought against the inhabitants of Britannia and Kerna, and the children of Elisha and Javan, and he prevailed over them and made them tributaries. He then heard that Edom had resolved from under, he had revolted from under the hands of Checham, and Latmus went to them and smote them and subdued them and placed them under the hands of the children of Checham, and Edom became one kingdom with the children of Checham all the days. And for many years there was no king in Edom, and their government was with the children of Checham and their king. And it was in the 26th year of the children of Israel had possessed Jordan, that is 66th year after the children of Israel had departed from Egypt, that Joshua was old, advanced in years, being 180 years, 108 years old in those days. And Joshua called to all Israel and to the elders, their judges, and their officers, after the Lord had given to all the Israelites rest from all their enemies round about. And Joshua said to the elders of Israel and to the judges, behold, I am old, advanced in years, and ye have seen what the Lord has done to all the nations whom he has driven away from before you, for it is the Lord who has fought for you. Now therefore strengthen yourselves to keep and to do the words of the law of Moses, not to deviate from it to the right hand, to the right or to the left, and not to come among those nations whom are left in the land, and neither shall ye make mention of the names of their gods, but ye shall cleave to the Lord your God, as you have done this day. Okay, and Joshua greatly exalted the children of Israel to serve the Lord all their days. And all the Israelites said, we will serve the Lord our God all the days, and we and our children and our children's children and our seed forever. And Joshua made a covenant with the people on that day, and he sent away the children of Israel, and they went each man to his inheritance and to his cities. And it was in those days when the children of Israel were dwelling securely in their cities that they buried the coffins of the tribes of their ancestors which they had brought up from Egypt, each man in his inheritance of his children, the 12 sons of Jacob did the children of Israel bury each man in his possession of his children. So this is what we read yesterday right here. This is actually the 12 patriarchs right here. So I'm gonna read it again. It says two things I wanted to shout light on. They said that the reason they brought JC on, JC had to come was Israel couldn't keep the law, but we see right here they did. And Joshua 80 and verse 36, all Israel said, we will serve the Lord our God all our days, and we and our children children forever. So they all during the time of Joshua, they did that. So that's a lot. 37. And Joshua made a covenant with the people on that day, and he sent away the children of Israel, and they went each man to his inheritance and to his cities. And it came to pass in those days, the children of Israel dwelling securely in their cities, that they buried the coffins of the children of their ancestors. So that was actually right here. It's a lot in this. So this is all about what the 12 patriarchs did and how they told them to take their coffin with them when they leave. But right here, this is when they buried them, what we read. They told them to bury them and then take their bodies, their bones with them when they leave. So 38 says, and it was in those days when the children of Israel were dwelling safely in their cities, that they buried the coffins of their tribes, of their ancestors, and, which they had brought up, right, from each man in his inheritance. And the 12 sons of Jacob did the children of Israel bury, each man in his possession of his children. And these are the names of the cities wherein they had buried the 12 sons of Jacob, whom the children of Israel had brought up from Egypt. And they buried Reuben and Gad on this side of Jordan, in Ramah, which is what Moses had given to their children. And Simeon and Levi they buried in the cities of Muda, which he had given to children of Simeon, and the suburbs of the cities were for the children of Levi. And Judah they buried in the cities of Benjamin opposite Bethlehem, and the bones of Issachar and Zebulun they buried in Zidon, in the portion which fell to their children. And Dan was buried in the city of his children in Escal, and Naphtali, Asher, they buried in Kedash Naphtali, each man in his place which he had given to his children. And the bones of Joseph they buried in Shechem, in the part of the field which Jacob had purchased from Hamor, and which became Joseph for an inheritance. And they buried Benjamin in Jerusalem, opposite the Jebusites, which was given to the children of Benjamin. And the children of Israel buried their fathers, each man in the city of his children. And at the end of 2 years, Joshua the son of Nun died, 110 years old. And the time which Joshua judged Israel was 28 years. And Israel served the Lord. See that? Right? There you go again. And 10 years says, and the time which Joshua judged Israel, during the time Joshua judged Israel was 28 years. And Israel served the Lord. He kept the law, right? All the days of his life. And the other affairs of Joshua and his battles and his reproofs with which he reproved Israel, and all which he had commanded them, and the names of the cities which the children of Israel possessed in his days, behold, they are written in the books of the words of Joshua, the children of Israel, and in the book of the wars of the Lord, which Moses and Joshua and the children of Israel had written. And the children of Israel buried Joshua in the sepulchre and the borders of his inheritance in Timnath Serah which was given to him in Mount Ephraim. And Eleazar, the son of Aaron, died in those days, and they buried him in the hill belonging to Phinehas, his son, which was given him at Mount Ephraim. So that was chapter 90 of Joshua. Any questions or comments? Anybody have comments on that? Everybody good?
Shalom. I have a comment. When we were speaking on Chechem, was that the descendants branch off of Javan? And not his name, Javan was Japhet's son. Japhet
Yeah,
was
that's the same city where Hamner raped Dinah.
and
You
can
remember
you?
that story?
Yes, sir. That's when the
Okay,
brothers came and had them
came back.
to.
Simeon, yeah, Simeon and Levi came back and killed everybody in the city.
Yeah, had them weakened by telling them to circumcise themselves, and
Right,
it was fight back. Yes, sir.
exactly. Mm-hmm.
Can you explain Genesis 10:4 for me? 10:4 and 5.
What does it say?
It says, and the sons of Javan, I'm pronouncing it wrong, and Elisha, and Terasham, and Kitten,
Right.
and Damon. I cannot pronounce that names right. That's 4. And then it says 5 says, by these are the isles of the Gentiles divided into their lands, every one after their tongue, after their families, in their nations. And 6 we went on into Ham and his son Cush,
Right.
and so right there, 5 basically. These are the isles of the Gentiles divided into their lands, and everyone after their tongues and after their families in their nations. Is that part of Kitchem? Are they talking
Yeah,
about?
Kitchem is one of the sons of he's one out of the 5. But the point is, like I keep on saying, it's telling you right there that they Gentiles. See, this is what the isles of the Gentiles was at. Is the Gentiles Hebrews?
No, sir.
Okay, see, I tell you right there, they ain't no son.
Yes, sir.
See what I'm saying? They ain't no son. And then, like I was saying, it says those that go down to the sea. So what that means? They live on the sea, they live on the coast line. And they eat everything that come out the ocean. Everything the Most High told us not to eat. That's another sign. They're not Hebrews. And to this day, that's what we really pick their ways up. Or Miami and Boston and all these places. We living down by the sea and eating out of their restaurants and eating the food the crabs and the lobsters and all this stuff. And like I said, it tells you when you read it that it's not no son. They're Gentiles.
And having our ancestors being stiff-necked, then giving us that inheritance of the tradition to do the crab balls and eat the fish, and I don't like chitlins, but how that happened to keep going and passing down and not being going by what the Lord of hosts said us to go by, but we are going in an inheritance of our stiff-necked ancestors. Would we say that?
Right, exactly. Right. A lot of it has to do with a lack of understanding. You know what I'm saying? We've been brainwashed. And what's happening now, the Lord of hosts is pouring his spirit out on us and on Israelites. And so that's another sign right there that you ain't getting it. If you continuing on and you don't see none of this, that's a big sign. Something wrong. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, somebody gonna pick a scripture until we get. Well, I guess you just picked the scripture. So with that being said, we're gonna say shalom, shalom, and another shalom. I see everybody on Tuesday for our Israelite Advanced Bible Study. So with that being said, I'm gonna say shalom, shalom, and another shalom. I see everybody on Tuesday. Okay.
Shalom, everyone.
Shalom.
I highly recommend that you get this book and you read it because it's a must that you understand who God head is in the order that's in the Old Testament and Tanakh, because it's not the same as in the New Testament. And when you read this and you get an understanding, then the scriptures open up and then you begin to understand. So I highly recommend that you get this book. It's the Elohim of Israel, and it's a breakdown on the word Elohim and who the God of Israel is and the Godhead.